For the longest time, I was in this state of just constantly on this mission of trying to speed up my metabolism, fix my broken metabolism, trying all of these crazy fad things of doing endless amounts of HIIT workouts because that was going to boost my metabolism, drinking lemon water in the morning, turmeric, I don't even know what crazy claims there are out there at the moment, but every single waking moment I was trying to speed up my metabolism because I thought it was broken. If you are currently feeling like maybe you have a damaged metabolism, maybe right now you feel like your body is working against you rather than for you, then rest assured you are in the right place, because trust me, I have been there where everything just feels super hard. You feel tired, maybe you're gaining weight without really doing anything, and you feel maybe very out of balance with your habits with food and your body. If you're new around here, hi, I'm Hetty. I'm a personal trainer and confidence coach. For the longest time, I was completely out of balance with my own relationship with food and my body, so it constantly felt like I was working against my body. It just felt like everything just felt really, really hard and misaligned, and I felt really burnt out. I was crash dieting, jumping on every single fad diet, pushing myself so hard in workouts that just felt tedious and not enjoyable at all, as well as my relationship with food was completely chaotic, from binge eating to disordered eating habits to where I am now, where I have created complete balance in all aspects of my life, both in my relationship with food, fitness, and overall lifestyle and confidence. Not only does your relationship with food and fitness affect how you feel physically, it also affects how you show up in the world, and really does have a profound effect on your relationships, because how you interact with people, because how you feel internally and how we feed our bodies is going to have a direct effect on all aspects of our lives, whether it be our relationships, our career, our goals, and what we actually go for. And I was in the depth of that yo-yo cycle. I didn't have any other capacity to focus on any other areas of my life, achieving big goals in my relationships, or even attracting relationship, going for a big career goal. Disclaimer here, I'm going to be mentioning topics such as calories, fat loss, so if at any point this video feels triggering for you, feel free to skip this video and click out straight away. I never ever want my videos to come across as triggering for anybody who might not be ready to think or even talk about topics such as metabolism. We've heard the word metabolism being thrown around so much in both social media, diet culture, all of the things. This is a big topic within the diet industry, that the diet industry has us believe that something is wrong with us and we need to fix it. Whereas actually, if we actually work with our bodies actually want to function really, really well and help us optimize our best life. So when we work with our bodies rather than pushing against it through all of these ideas that usually diet culture is giving us, that we are broken, that we need to fix ourselves, we need to try this new crazy diet in order to boost our metabolism. These all things keep us out of alignment with our own internal system. We all, as humans, we all have a metabolism. If you are a functioning, alive human being, then you do have a metabolism. But the difference is everybody is completely different. So, however, there are many common themes that will affect our metabolism, and I'm going to break down what that is in this video. And firstly, let's break down what actually metabolism even is. What does it actually mean? So put simply, metabolism is your body's energy system. Think of it like an engine. Just like we have an engine to drive a car, your metabolism is the process of turning food and drink into energy. Your body's metabolism, your energy system, is effectively running all of the time in the background without you having to think or do anything about it. Like right now, your body is doing that. I'm gonna bust one myth. Your metabolism does not have a clock off point. Your body does not get to 10 o'clock at night and think, right, that's it, I'm packed up for the day, I'm calling it a night. Your body does not do that. Your body is constantly utilizing energy. So this idea that you need to eat breakfast to boost your metabolism and to wake your metabolism up doesn't exist. Like, literally throw that idea out into the bin because it doesn't exist. This is honestly one of the many crazy, ridiculous myths that the diet industry has had us believe, that we need to wake up our metabolism, that we need to fix it by drinking lemon water first thing in the morning. Like, I'm sure lemon water has some great benefits and it will make you feel so much better, but does it boost your metabolism? Absolutely not. How ridiculous is it though? Like, when we break it down, your body doesn't have a clock off point. Your body doesn't know what day it is. Your body doesn't know what time it is. Rest assured, your body does not stop burning energy. Your metabolism doesn't just stop. Why do we want a fast metabolism, or why do we want a well-functioning metabolism? Why should we care? Like, ultimately, what's the purpose of wanting a high metabolism or benefits of it? When we think of metabolism, I think of burning calories. And yes, this is a part of metabolism. Yes, this has an effect on how our body looks and how many calories our bodies burn. One of the first benefits of having an efficient working metabolism is, of course, weight management. So the faster our metabolism is, your body then burns more calories at rest. So it then makes it easier for our bodies to maintain stable weight. So less yo-yo, and this is something that I struggled with for many years. I was crash dieting, so my weight never sort of stabilized. It went from one extreme to the other, and I would constantly yo-yo in terms of my weight management. Having an efficient metabolism is going to help stabilize your weight a lot better. The second benefit is your overall energy is going to be so much better because your metabolism is working efficiently. This means it's utilizing the food that we eat and converting it to energy a lot more efficiently. So this means that we feel more energized, we feel more vibrant and have the energy for different things within our life, whether it be workouts, whether it just be day-to-day living, how we perform at work. You're going to feel a lot less sluggish and just a lot less fatigued when your metabolism is working more efficiently. Next is body composition. So having a higher metabolism is usually linked to who has higher muscle mass. So this is going to affect how we look, looking more lean and toned. The third, you're going to perform and recover more efficiently from our workouts because we have much more efficient energy production. It's delivering all of the nutrients that it needs to function at its best, and it's doing this optimally because of our metabolism working much more efficiently. This as things like muscle recovery, recovering from workouts, for example, immune function, and helping to regulate our immune system coming from our metabolism and our body. That means that we can push ourselves harder in our workouts, we can go faster. Also, our body has the ability to recover quicker, which then helps us feel our best, helps us feel fitter, or faster from injuries and illnesses. I don't know what number we're on, maybe 5. Topic number 5, but the benefit of hormonal health and balance. So when we have an efficient metabolism, that actually supports things like blood sugar, and it helps to stabilize our blood sugar as well as our thyroid function and other hormones. It can stabilize our blood sugar so we can see a reduce in cravings, particularly around sugar, mood swings, and also general fatigue as well. Another factor of this is just our overall longevity, and having a more efficient working metabolism has been linked to lower risk of things such as like type 2 diabetes, obesity and heart disease. So all factors contributing to healthy and sustainable life, which is one of my favorites and one of the best benefits that I love sharing with my clients, is having a high calorie flexibility with our overall lifestyle. Again, I've come from a background of very restrictive dieting and disordered eating, so I know firsthand how isolating that can feel when you feeling restricted around food. When we have a much higher efficient metabolism, our bodies are utilizing energy so much more efficiently, and which then gives us the freedom to enjoy our life. It'll allow you to go out and enjoy meals out with your friends or partner, or it allows you then to just have a much more flexible approach to your body metabolizes energy through food. It does this in 4 different parts, and I'm going to break down those 4 different parts to help you understand how our bodies actually utilize energy, because I think a big myth for a lot of people is people think that the only way to burn energy is through exercise. For a long time I thought that in order to burn off calories and I needed to exercise in order to burn off energy. So I'm going to break down each one of these 4 components so that you understand what it is and how it actually affects our metabolism and for you as an individual. So the 4 components of your metabolism that basically creates the way that our body burns and utilizes energy from food. The 4 components are BMR, so that's our basal metabolic rate, our thermic effect of food, energy that has been burnt through conscious and physical activity such as exercise, then also NEAT. This is non-exercise activity. So think of things like what I'm doing right now. I'm fidgeting. I'm not going out and doing a workout. I'm just using my hands as I'm talking. I'm gesturing. I'm kind of fidgeting. I'm flicking my hair back and forth. They're all examples of non-exercise activity. So BMR, our basal metabolic rate, this is something that pretty much fixed. However, there are certain factors that can affect it to either increase it or lower it. BMR is actually takes up 60 to 70% of your overall body's ability to burn and utilize energy. Now, your BMR, your basal metabolic rate, provides the most contribution to your overall total daily energy expenditure. And this component is basically your body's own capability of utilizing energy to keep you alive as a human. How your body processes different things in order to keep you alive. So think of it as your circulation, your digestive system, your heart beating, all the processes that happen even when we're asleep. So cell repair, muscle repair, all of these things require energy, and that is what your body is doing every single second of every single day. When your hair is growing, like that requires energy. Your BMR is sort of fixed, but it can also change and adapt slightly to whatever is going on externally. But some of the main factors that affect our BMR are, for example, being male or female. So males usually will burn more energy, and that is just through being either slightly more muscular. Men in general tend to be slightly bigger in terms of just their frames, their overall body size, and also having more muscle mass. Now, most men will burn slightly more energy than women. The next will be age. So the younger we are, the higher our metabolism is, because as we age, we tend to slow down, and we're also losing more muscle as we age. Our metabolism will start to slowly decrease just from the natural loss of muscle that will occur. So different hormones will affect our metabolism as well, such as insulin, cortisol. If our body is really stressed, this will affect our metabolism. Usually it will slowly decrease, but cortisol is one of the biggest stress hormones. So if your body's in a state of stress, it's not going to be utilizing and burning lots of energy because your body thinks it's going to be being chased by a tiger, so it's going to try and preserve as much energy as it can. Another big factor is body size. For example, somebody that is 6'4" versus a 5' person. The 6'4" person has a bigger body overall, so their overall size is bigger, so therefore their body needs more energy, whereas the smaller person, it requires less energy because there's less of them. And lastly, I also want to touch on the topic of genetics and also thyroid. Doesn't mean that it's broken if you have an underactive thyroid, for example. It just means that your body might burn calories slightly slower than somebody who doesn't have any thyroid complications. But also genetics play a huge part of this as well. Some people just genetically have a really fast metabolism, and again, this is something that we cannot control. Some of these aspects are just the way it is. Now, the final point of BMR that I really want to touch on, and this is probably one of the main contributors for your BMR. Now, obviously there's those aspects that I touched on, such as genetics, hormones, things like that, some of which that we can't always control. However, all of muscle, and this is such a key part, and muscle as a whole is metabolically active tissue. So somebody who has more muscle on their body will have a higher metabolism. Their body needs to burn more energy just at rest versus somebody who doesn't have as much muscle. That person is going to be burning more calories just sat down at rest doing absolutely nothing versus the person that doesn't have as much muscle sat down and doing nothing. Like I said, muscle is a metabolically active tissue. It requires more calories just to be there and just to exist. For example, if you've got somebody who doesn't have much muscle and a person that does have more muscle, ask them both to do 30 seconds of jump squats, for example. The person that has more muscle is going to be burning and using more energy than our other person here, because the person with more muscle, their muscles are recruiting more muscle fibers, because essentially bigger muscles require more energy just to create movement and also contract. So a person with more muscle, when they do a squat jump, they are using more power, more energy is required, moving more tissue. More tissue, i.e. more muscle, is being moved in order to create the squat jump versus the person who has less muscle, so using and burning more calories. Just like I've said muscle so many times in this one video, but the more muscle that we have and the bigger muscle, it doesn't just sit there, it requires energy to move. So that same person who sat on the sofa versus the person who doesn't have much muscle, when they go from the sofa to standing, we are using and moving more tissue. More energy is required to overcome gravity essentially and move our bodies in the same way as somebody who doesn't have much muscle. The other component of our metabolism is the thermic effect of food. So this actually contributes 15 to 30% of our body's ability to burn calories. So again, BMR contributed 60 to 70%, thermic effect of food contributes 15 to 30%. What is the thermic effect of food? Whatever you eat, chew, digest and process food requires energy from your body in order to digest and process that food. Now there are certain foods that require more energy from your body than others. Things like proteins, foods that are higher in fiber, fruits and vegetables just requires our body to work harder to digest that food, which when you eat something that is very high in fiber, for example, you feel fuller for longer, and that is just because your body is digesting. It takes longer to digest that food. The more harder it is for our body to process and digest food, protein and fiber being the main sources of that, higher the amount of calories it's going to require our bodies to actually burn and process that food altogether. So if we're eating a diet that is higher in those kind of foods, that's all going to contribute to our body's ability to burn more calories and increase our metabolism essentially. The third component of metabolism, and this consists of 1% of our body's ability to burn and process, utilize energy from food, is NEAT. So this is non-exercise activity. Usually it's very subconscious. Like I was saying earlier, it's me fidgeting right now with my hands. If I'm fidgeting more, I'm exerting more energy, so my body is needing to utilize more energy. It could also be when you're sat on the sofa and your phone dies and there's that moment where you think, can I be bothered to go upstairs or go into the other room to charge my phone, for example. Prime example of NEAT, non-exercise activity. And lastly, the fourth component is exercise. So intentional exercise that we do. This is workouts to the gym or workout classes. It actually makes up 5 to 10% of your body's overall daily requirement of calories. I can't even tell you how much time I spent pushing myself through endless amounts of workouts and thinking I needed to spend every single waking moment exercising to try and burn calories, and actually all it was doing was making me feel more exhausted and just feeling completely tapped out. This idea that I needed to constantly burn calories, and actually this has a negative effect on our bodies. And exercise is a wonderful thing and it can help us in so many different areas. I could go on and on and on about the benefits of exercise. Again, I'm not going to bore you within this video, but do not think and do not fall for the idea that you need to be spending hours and hours in the gym or doing endless amounts of workouts, because actually, one, it's not realistic and it's not the way to live a balanced lifestyle. It literally contributes 5 to 10% of your body's metabolism. And this is obviously one of the big things that I help with my clients to understand that healthy relationship with both food and fitness and how they both can interlink in achieving lifestyle and how you want to feel, both physically, mentally and emotionally. If you was to lie in bed all day and do absolutely nothing, so no activity, don't eat anything, don't do anything, literally barely even blink, your body would still require a certain amount of calories. So like I said before, your BMR contributes 60 to 70% of that. Your body requires energy just to exist as a human being. Metabolism is not fixed. It's gonna vary from day to day, but so that you can understand, in order for you to exist, your body needs calories. Even if you was to lay in bed all day, every day, your body would still need calories just to exist and just to be there. If right now you too want to get to that place where you're feeling much more energized and balanced as a whole, your body's working more efficiently and you're lacking motivation right now with training, exercise, and maybe you just feel quite out of sync, maybe stuck in a rut when it comes to food, fitness and balancing the two, but you're unsure where to start, maybe you feel overwhelmed, maybe you've started many things in the past and you just need that jump start. If that is you and you're wanting to just restart again when it comes to fitness and nutrition, you want to create that whole balanced approach, I'm currently offering a strong restart energy reset, which is going to be the exact reboot that you need. Within 4 weeks, you're much more energized, you'll feel balanced again, motivated, and you're going to have personalized one-to-one sessions with me. I'm going to link all of the details down in the description box below for that. So if you're a beginner or advanced when it comes to training and exercise, I'll take you through workout programs. They're going to be 2 sessions a week for the duration of 4 weeks, a personal balanced approach to nutrition and fitness, so that you combine all of the things that I've talked in this topic of this video. If that's something that you would like more details around, feel free to comment below or drop me a message. I really hope that you enjoyed this video and this episode. If it did help you, please leave a comment down below. Feel free to subscribe, like this video, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one.